Hi guys, Professor Gustavo here. Today let's take a look at how to set up a basic knee bar, okay? I usually recommend this to be the first knee bar that you learn because it's very simple and straight to the point. We're going to take a look at how to finish, the finishing mechanics, and how to get into the position, okay? So let's start here. It's from the top half guard. This knee bar became famous when Dean Lister submitted Saulo Ribeiro. I guess it was 2003 at the ADCC. So let's first see how he set it up this, and then we're gonna do a little different options as well. Alright, so it comes from the top half guard. I'm gonna circle my arm on the inside here anytime that he's not crisscrossing his ankles, right? Otherwise I cannot even have my hand on the inside or at least separate his legs. Alright, so maybe the guy is playing his half guard with his foot on my hip, which I'm gonna just pummel and get my hand on the inside. It doesn't need to be all the way deep over my shoulder, right? If it's deep over my shoulder, I can go to over-under passes and that type of stuff, but I can keep here over my bicep. Sometimes, when the guy tries to play a half butterfly, if he steps the foot on the mat, hip escaping, I can always pummel here, my arm on the inside, and getting my leg. So the basic one is just swinging this leg around. That's how Dean Lister did. He's gonna take a big step, passing my leg over. I'm gonna land here into the knee bar position, right? We're gonna see later how to finish this, but I either crisscross my feet or or triangle my legs, right? I'm gonna see in a minute here. So that's one option, very simple, straight to the point, just swing my leg around. Or we can actually combine with the passes too. So I'm gonna have my hand on the inside here, I'm gonna pummel, trapping his leg, and I'm gonna throw my hand all the way to the other side, bringing my knee on his stomach, like a reverse knee on stomach. Okay? And I'm gonna sit on him with my hip. Okay? To prevent any chances of a toe hold here. Right? If my shin is on his stomach, he might toe hold me. So I sit on his chest, hiding my foot. My foot is past my butt. And from this position here, if he goes crazy trying to bridge out of this, he has to open his legs. So I can just pass and land here in the reverse Casgatana. If the guy is a little more experienced or worried about the leg lock here, he might try to pinch my leg instead. And now it's going to be hard to free my leg. So I'm going to slowly swing this leg around and go for the knee bar now. Right? I can even rest my forearm here on top of my leg so he cannot kick his legs down here, breaking my grip. Right? Swing this leg around and I'm on the knee bar position now. My hip super glued on his hip. Okay? Same principle as arm bar where my hip is glued on his shoulder. It's the same idea, right? The further my hip is from his shoulder, the easier for him to free his elbow. And here's the same, right? Hip glued on his hip. And now, depends, when I come around, he could have this leg on top of the other one, or the opposite, right? If the guy is smarter, he's defending the knee bar. If he's playing like this, it's easier. My grip was here, I'm gonna lift my elbow, extend the other, and I'm gonna try to control his toes now here, the big toe, right? So I can lock my figure four. The same idea as controlling his thumb. If I control at the wrist and he turns his wrist, he might escape. So I control the thumb here, so he cannot twist and escape the arm bar, the same as the knee bar. If I try to control the heel or the ankle like this, he might just twist, rotate his knee and kill my knee bar here. So to prevent the rotation, I control the big toe, and I can lock my figure four here, just like a knee bar. I can even maintain his toe under my head here, making it even harder for him to rotate. And now I drive my hips into, and I can even go a little flat because his knee is not completely aligned. If I put my back on the mat, it just exposes his knee even more. So I'm extending and putting my back on the mat. That's a nice knee bar. Okay, to finish with my feet crisscrossed or with a tight triangle here. So we're starting over here. I thread my arm in, I post, I either pass, or if he squeezes my leg, I go for the knee bar position. Now he's defending a little smarter. He's already preventing the knee bar, he's covering the leg under attack. 3, he's triangling. I can always, if I cannot break this grip, which is harder sometimes, I can go for a toe hold here on the other leg, right? Toe hold, I turn, putting my back, drive his foot towards his butt. I have my toe hold here, making sure that the other leg is still tight in between my legs. In case I cannot, it's too far, it's too risky, I'm losing control to go for the toe hold, I can always turn into him. And now play my honey hole or inside some capo. So sometimes when I get into the knee bar position here and he's defending well, a lot of times when I go for the toe hold during the transition here, he's already trying to break my grip. And I can always go back to the knee bar, right? Making sure that my hip is glued to his hip, right? Controlling the toe, the big toe here under my head. I have my figure 4 here, rear naked. I'm gonna drive my hip against him and turn my torso to really align his knee for the knee bar. Thank you.